Recording in progress. The views and opinions expressed on GoPro Radio Network shows are solely those of the speakers and are not necessarily the views or opinions of GoPro Radio Network Inc. or its affiliates. These broadcasts are provided on the understanding that they do not constitute professional advice or services. Individuals who speak on these broadcasts express their own opinions, experiences, and conclusions. GoPro Radio Networks and its affiliates do not necessarily endorse or oppose any particular opinion or conclusion discussed in these broadcasts. You may not edit or modify or redistribute these broadcasts in any way without the express permission from GoPro Radio, LLC. GoPro Radio assumes no liability for any of your activities in connection with our broadcast or for your use of these broadcasts in connection with your website, computer, smartphone, tablet, iPad, or future listening devices. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a great opportunity. If you have an event, product, business, talent, and/or something important to say, now is your chance. You can have your very own radio show. Whether you're just starting out or a veteran looking for a professional platform to enhance your presentation and following, the GoPro Radio Network is the premier place to cultivate and share new and exciting content. We can help you grow your audience and keep it growing long after your first broadcast. Now you have a voice. Call 646-415-0990 or go to www.goproradio.com. That's www.goproradio.com. You'll be amazed at how easy and affordable it is to have your own professional radio show on the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Potential. Everyone's got potential, right? But it will remain just that unless you act on it. You've got to do something new.
You got this.
To get somewhere new.
Let me see. Let me have a look.
Is it scary?
Be fine.
Sure. But potential never fades. It simply waits for the day you use it. So go on, make that one day today.
Whether you're growing your business,
Okay, can we take our seats, please?
switching careers, or just starting out, it all starts with skills. Search Skills for Life.
My name is Terrell Martin. I'm a New York City union carpenter. A lot of people who were born here can't afford it. At my old job, like most regular non-union jobs, all of your benefits are coming out of your check. As a union carpenter, I get to keep what I make and my employer pays my benefits. If there's more union jobs in the city, there's more people getting paid to live where they work. Good jobs are essential to an affordable New York.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Bite your nipples when I lick 'em, not gentle when I stick 'em. I leave 'em looking like a rape victim. Any girl that steps do a damn good job. That's why chicks are on my dick like a human shish kebab. Only 19 and over, permitted. No matter how much young girls wanna be with it, you ain't ready for the bed. You still got a pussy like Isaac K's head. Come back in 5 years, when you grow some hairs, and when you started drinking beers. I'm hitting hookers by the dozen, making you wetter cause I fuck better than your husband. Giving your girl back spasms, cause G-Rap has an orgasm after orgasm. Change the sheets, you must be kidding. You gotta change the whole box spring, I ain't bullshitting. You get hit with hysteria, cause I'ma bury a big one inside your private area. All hell is in your tush. With cool G-Rap pushes inside the bush. Another homegirl flinches, but I got inches for all your little inches. The letter G is better when it comes to letter X, and I'ma talk like sex. Some say that I'm nasty, plus hookers are mad because they can't outlast me. Pounds of beef, chinky eyes, curly hair, and gold teeth. Swinging with this here stud, you need practice. I'm leaving floods of blood on your mattress. I'll leave you hole in your swollen backside and rolling, filling all 3 holes just like bowling. Don't ask me what the price is, but it's more than your battery-operated devices. And I come fully equipped with a temperature adjustment to heat up the tip. For demonstrations, watch me slammer. Now notice the sound of steady pounding like a jackhammer. Once ordered, you can't cop out. I'm pounding you down until your eyeballs pop out. I'm not your ordinary player, because you're leaving a wheelchair there after I lay ya. Get a grip on your headboard and hold on to it, or get sent right through it. Bite your nipples when I lick them, not gentle when I stick them. I'll leave them looking like a rape victim. Any girl that steps to it ends up getting their stomach pumped like Ross Stewart. I do a damn good job, that's why chicks are on my dick like a human shish kebab. Only 19 and over, permitted. No matter how much young girls wanna be with it, you ain't ready for the bed. You still got a pussy like Isaac K's head. Come back in 5 years, when you grow some hairs, and when you started drinking beers. I'm hitting hookers by the dozen, making you wetter cause I fuck better than your husband. Giving your girl back spasms, cause G-Rap has an orgasm after orgasm. Change the sheets, you must be kidding. You gotta change the whole box spring, I ain't bullshitting. You get hit with hysteria, cause I'ma bury a big one inside your private area. All hell is in your tush. With cool G-Rap pushes inside the bush. Another homegirl flinches, but I got inches for all your little inches. The letter G is better when it comes to letter X, and I'ma talk like sex. That I'm nasty, plus hookers are mad because they can't outlast me. Girl, you ain't too small, cause I'll turn your grits to one size fits all. So if you're still confused when I'm screwing, let me explain to you exactly what I'm doing. Exploring your body like a biologist, inventing new ways just like a scientist. Tagging my name on your buns just like apprentice, while I'm hurting your ass just like a dentist. You're so powerful like I'm a zoologist, stretching your shit more than a gynecologist. I'ma twist you after death miss, and when you piss you'll see more stars than an astrologist. G-Rap is hot bloody, freaking horny, far from corny. Come and jump on me, I'm not small at all, I won't break down a stall. I drive your ass up the wall, nuts and everything are well in shape. Only thing missing on my dick is a cake. Let's get together, honey, you never know what's next. And I'ma talk like sex. When my dick honeys to come and brainwash me. Hit the sack cause I ain't joking, cause when I start poking shit up I'll leave it smoking. So you better hold on tight, alright? Cause my dick is a brown stick of dynamite. I stick a chick and it kills her. I'm proud Probably related to Long John Silver, but it gets gooder and gooder. Every time I grab a hooker and I put her on my freight footer. Kiss your breath to your neighbor or then I skip. Because the only thing I'm licking is your ass with a whip. And it's a real freaky scene. I'm hitting girls with their heads in a guillotine. Why certainly I'm squirting. Bust a nut and get up and wipe my dick on your curtain. Pushing your head to the pillow. And give him more pleasure than a double-headed dildo. A big ass gives me heartin'. But I fuck bitches with titties like Dolly Parton. Time or place doesn't matter to me, sweetie. I fuck you on a train while I write graffiti. In a restaurant, taking you straight to heaven. In a cab or the back of 7-Eleven. Whether you're right and the music you like is rock, you can come and get some hip-hop dot. Consider this dick on your clitoris, but never try to flex. Cause I'ma talk like sex.
All right, folks, Juicy Lynn is here. We're just having some little technical things on this side, but everything is a go. Thank you guys for being here and being here for our very, very special, I guess, reopening of the Pleasure Palace. You know, we had like what do you call it? Maybe 3 false starts. We had the kook, the clinicians, and the clowns, and so I think we kind of got it right. You know, when we conceived of doing the Pleasure Palace, you know, the concept was to kind of, you know, bring the conversations about sex and relationships. And, you know, my personal thing is that, you know, I think a lot of people are really just sexually repressed. We live in a really kind of bizarre world and a bizarre kind of upside down kind of time where it's this almost schizophrenic, I would say, relationship that we have with human sexuality, you know, behavior, and I think part of it is because it's something that's natural, right? On one hand, but then, you know, there's all this shame, guilt, just all this other kind of like a encyclopedia of issues interconnected to it. So, you know, when we first started, you know, we had one person wasn't really the right person, you know, to do it. And then we had this combination with the kind of comic and, what do you call that? The clinician. And nobody wants to really have conversations about sex and sexuality and feel like they're going to their gynecologist or, you know. Though I think there's plenty of shows like that, right? So, you know, our thinking is that, okay, so we got to switch things up. We got to do things a little bit different. And then it got really comic-y, almost like it was a clown. There's a difference between, I think, telling a joke and being a joke, right? And those lines are sometimes blurred. And we wanted, you know, something to be taken serious. So I said, you know what? Why don't we just get a real person? You know, why don't we get real people and a real person to do it? And I couldn't think of a better person than to have someone like, you know, Juicy Lynn to come in and do this. So, you know, get ready for all new season of just really sizzling conversations and fearless takes. And now with a fresh new format. The format is going to be different. It's going to be unapologetic in its attitude. And we have a new day and time. And we used to come on Monday. So now we're on Tuesday. And we're on from Tuesday from 10 to 11. And, you know, so we have this new day. We have this new time. And starting today. So I want you guys to tell people about it. Spread the word. It's going to be exclusively only on the GoPro Radio Network. And, you know, it's going to be irresistibly audacious. You know, that's what I think about when I think about, you know, Juicy Lynn. You know, she's somebody who is definitely audacious. And you're going to get that sense about her. So we figured for the first show that I would definitely like interview her so you guys can get to know her and know why, you know, I believe she's like the perfect choice. You know, this is like our third time out. You know, they say 3 times a charm. And we definitely sent out a lot of feeders, and I think a lot of people were scared or maybe perhaps intimidated and want to really, you know, take on such a subject when you're talking about sex, relationships, and love, and getting and striking that right balance, right? Because we don't want people to feel like they're, what do you call it? Like I said, at the gynecologist or at some psychologist. We want people to have real talk, real conversation. And I just love this person who I've really vetted to really fill in these really big shoes. It's not easy because you have all kinds of people with all different levels of experience, and so like I said, I wanted someone fresh and somebody who is like not afraid or intimidated by people into having this conversation. So I found that in this really, really, really smart and beautiful person. And her name is JUICY LINN. So brace yourself, guys, for a raw wit, unfiltered, honest. It's a night you won't forget, I'm sure, whenever you join in. The format part of the format is that we're going to be, talking about a lot of the, YouTube, TikToks, whatever video, and we'll give our spin on it. And we'll also have it open for phone calls, so that's coming soon. And also, guys, we're going to have a brand new Nexus. Like, we're going to be using StreamYard so that we're able to broadcast simultaneously on YouTube and Facebook. That's just going to cut down on the work, on the editing, to be honest, to do, one thing and then upload it here, there. And so it's going to be a little bit more efficient with that. And then we'll be able to kind of like filter out like some of the noise that sometimes happens on the Zoom. So, without further ado, I know she's still setting up there. We had some serious technical stuff. Whenever you get ready to do something as big, and I was explaining this to her, Lynn, earlier, that you get your greatest resistance and you get some of the loudest noise when you're right on the cusp of greatness. And that's why we have to be persistent. If things were easy, right, everybody would be where they want to be, right? Or how could you really weed out the people who really want it, right? Or the people who really want to achieve certain heights can really get there if, the first sign of complications, you tuck tail and run, right? So that's not my brand, and we all know that brand means value, and that's not the values of JUICY LINN. So that's why I'm so glad to have her. What are you doing? What are you doing in that mirror? Look like she's like doing some stuff, but she had some. I don't know if you want to share, but she has some real challenges today, and I said, this means that you're on the cusp of greatness. So it's so glad to have you here. Hi, Lynn. Good to see you. You got to unmute. Hi. Welcome. I was telling everybody about the show, and better late than never. But persistence beats resistance. I'm glad you're here, and I just figured it'd be a good idea, just for the first show, me being the owner of the station, to really get to introduce you, because after that I won't be on the show. I'll just be in the background because everybody's sick of me. I feel like the Diddy of GoPro Radio, all up in everybody's show and video. Somebody's gonna come out and say, yeah, if y'all want to be on my network, you ain't gotta worry about Tylon doing all this other kind of stuff. But I figure for this one, our first one, because some people may not know who you are, they might not know your brand. And so I figured this first show, I'll do the interview, and we'll probably open up for some questions, and some folks have some questions. Let me welcome into the room the People's Advocacy Group. Super Black Man is here. Mr. Sexual Chocolate is here. Oh, wow, that's going to be interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Sexual Chocolate. Our station manager, Jamil Sutherland is here. Moose is here. The Moose is loose. I always love it. Moose is like really smart. He's like the incognito guy that kind of, he puts stuff in the chat. Yeah. And we got Courtney. She's like a therapist out in L.A. I can't wait till her and Jacqueline Banner, they're from L.A., so they're our West Coast supporting legs. And then Sonny B. Sutherland Sr., who's really up there in the People's Advocacy window, but he's here. He has a show also on our network called I Ain't Having It. So anyway, so let's get started. I mean, what inspired you to host the Pleasure Palace, and what do you hope to bring to the game? What do you hope to bring to the show?
Okay, so what inspired me to co-host the show, or to even host, is just who else better than me, JUICY LINN herself. What is the other question you had asked? I'm sorry.
Well, like, what is? Well, it was really like, what do you hope to bring? Like, what do you hope to bring? What's going to be like something different? I know you said you didn't really want to see all the other shows because you didn't want to be kind of like affected by what other people did, which I thought was really cool that you're coming in with like a fresh kind of approach to it.
Right.
But so what do you hope to bring to the show?
I hope to bring the unfiltered, uncut, little seasoning to the show, because it's not a lot of people, like, we don't talk about sex, relationships, we don't talk about anything.
Right.
And I feel like it's hidden, and that's where we come in. We're here to elaborate
Right.
and find out more and to get our research done well. So
Right,
yeah.
right. And, and we had like earlier, I think how my station manager describes, he said, we first had a kook, then we had a clown, and then we had the clinician. So I think right now we got the class. So we got a class act here with you, Lynn. And what I like is that you're audacious. You're going to say what I think other people don't say. I've always known you to be that kind of person, and also a voice of reason. And I'm like, wow, this person is like so deep and so well thought out. Like, you really think before you speak. Some people talk. I mean, even me, I've been guilty of talking. All right, so how would you describe your approach to conversations about sexuality and relationships? And do you learn more or not, do you lean more towards let's say like educational discussions, like some of the previous hosts, or playful exploration?
It's a little bit of both, honestly, because if someone asks me my opinion on something, I could just give them, okay, so just do it how you like it, or what does the other person do? But I can give them my reasoning and why I feel like this should be a way of, in terms arousal, like,
right.
Yeah, like, basically.
Oh, okay. I like that. And are there any topics within sexuality or relationships that you're especially excited to probably dive into with the listeners?
The main spots. The main spots,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The zones, the main zones.
Yes, very much so.
Oh, yeah. We got to definitely talk about that, because I think a lot of people see stuff, but they don't know. I don't know what they
don't
be
know
doing
what they doing
sometimes.
for real.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let me go into this one. What do you think are some of the most common misconceptions people have about sex?
I feel like people just feel like it's supposed to be all about penetration, or just like, go in and come out, go in, come out, and that's it. No, it's about pleasure and making the other person feel how you feel, like, or get that same climax that you want to give that to them before you get there. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like that synergy, that exchange. Other than that, sometimes I feel like some people use people as masturbation, because it's really about them. It's not about the other person. So even if another person's there, I actually believe a person could masturbate with another person in there, but it's not like, a real sexual experience, because I feel like you need that, what do you call that? That exchange. But anyway, go to my next one. How do you plan to create, also talking about this, we've had some people felt like, oh, I didn't feel safe on the show. We've actually had like a co-host, like we're actually talking, I didn't feel safe, the conversation. So how do you plan to create a safe space on the show for people to open up and discuss sensitive topics?
I feel like as soon as I express myself, I'm just more or less that person via my personality to allow others to open up as well. So once I open up, they'll open up too. So it's just easy as that. I'm a Cancer too, so you know how
I know how you do, because to me, folks that don't know, she code switch. Like, I seen her like get down, like, in this, like, yeah, she get.
Exactly.
And how you bring it, she gonna also bring it, like, she cuss you out in a minute. But at the same time, and that's something that's like about your personality that I think too. Like, you have this dynamic, like this range of behavior. You know how some people are just, I don't know, one way they're really just stoic or just clinicians, and if you do this and the penetration, and you have some people that's just like all out, like just street. But I think you have this really unique balance, like how to pump the gas in one area and then put the brakes in the other area. So how do you plan to create this safe space on the show for people to open up and discuss sensitive topics?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah,
My
how do you
daughter
like
is
how would you in your mind create a safe space on the show for people to open up and discuss sensitive, like you have a lot of people, they they don't want to start, they don't want to talk, well, I really want to ask about this, man, I don't know. How could you bring people in? How could you draw conversations out of people?
Like I said, it's my personality. So if
Mhm.
I'm talking about something, like even my name, Juicy Lynn, everybody want to know what's so juicy about you. Oh, is your name Lynn? Like everybody wants to know. So
Mm.
more or less, it's just me, and
So
as
let's
well
talk
as
about that.
you being a host is
Well, let's talk.
yeah,
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what the Juicy Lynn name. Let's talk about the Juicy brand. Where did that come from? What's so juicy?
everything about me.
I was
No.
thinking about playing the song "Juicy Fruit," but I say I know if we play that, what do you call that? They're gonna, when you play certain music, people notice sometimes when they don't want your content to show, what they'll
Right.
do is they'll play music, and then this way, your content gets blocked. So I wanted to play, but I said I don't want that content. Like I could play "Talk Like Sex" because that's kind of like under. I get certain music that I could use, and it gets cleared, and other music I can't, and that's one of the songs I can't use right now. But I'm thinking about getting it for you. All right, so so we could talk about, and I think people are going to know too, like about the juice. The juice is. I'm getting indicated that we got to get ready to go to break in about 3 minutes, but I want to squeeze in one last question. All right, as a new host. How would you like to tackle some of these societal taboos and stigmas? And I think that there's new stigmas now because you see about the Diddy freak off and stuff like that, and they showing like Vaseline or whatever, the baby
The
oil and
baby
stuff like.
oil.
But I'm like, is that like a crime? I'm waiting for the crime part, like like he forced somebody, he drug. This is the stuff that I want to hear. The criminal, since this is a criminal case. But when they start talking about freak offs and things like that, I'm like, I'm not sure if I agree that that's a crime. Am I off base?
No, I mean, no, it all depends like on what he means by freak off, because evidently baby oil is the go-to. So via Diddy, so it's like what about baby oil is so intriguing to him? But the
I
freak
think
off part
I think
is
he was
like,
trying to accommodate. I don't know. I don't know. I'm really
no,
more
I'm
upset
not
about
really
Diddy
with
that I
the
wasn't
freak
invited
off.
to the parties.
Yeah,
But
I don't like the freak off, but I don't know. I like his criminal part is him like doing things to people, like forcing it
oh
just for him to achieve a certain goal in life, or for
yeah,
them to achieve a goal, you have to perform sexual acts on him. And I feel like that's wrong. That's
I
his
just think
typical
yeah.
freak offs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Like people putting stuff in people. I definitely believe that. And that's the stuff. Like I said, I want to hear the criminal stuff, right? When you do a crime, like you're doing things against people, you're drugging people. That's a crime. People across state lines, and all this other kind of stuff. That's a crime. Or how that was done, So I just want. What did Moose say? They were also saying some of the oil was
It was
laced.
laced.
Oh yeah, see that's the stuff.
What?
That's the
Oh,
stuff
they
I'm saying.
put
Like if he's like messing people up and stuff like that, because people don't know. Okay, yeah, I'm getting a nerd. I'm getting a 1 minute warning for the commercials. But listen, people don't know that the only one time that I was high was at a party where the punch was spiked with acid. That was the one time, and that's why I don't know why people get high. I didn't like it. I had to spend 2 days at my girlfriend's house, like literally out of my mind. She had to tell me all the stuff I was saying and laughing to crying. I didn't. So people who do things to people when people don't know it, that's really jacked up. So I think that when that comes out, or if that comes out, and I like to I just have this thing because I'm dealing with wrongful convictions all the time. I do believe people are innocent until proven guilty, but if
right.
that's what he does, I think that's really lousy, and that's jacked up for people to have that much power, money, and wealth, and to be doing things like that. So we got to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for listening.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
We interrupt this broadcast broadcast to bring you a great opportunity. If you have an event, product, business, talent, and or something important to say, now is your chance. You can have your very own radio show. Whether you're just starting out or a veteran looking for a professional platform to enhance your presentation and following, the GoPro Radio Network is the premier place to cultivate and share new and exciting content. We can help you grow your audience and keep it growing long after your first broadcast. Now you have a voice. Call 646-415-0990 or go to www.goproradio.com. That's www.goproradio.com. You'll be amazed at how easy and affordable it is to have your own professional radio show on the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
The views and opinions expressed on GoPro Radio Network shows are solely those of the speakers and are not necessarily the views or opinions of GoPro Radio Network Inc. or its affiliates. These broadcasts are provided on the understanding that they do not constitute professional advice or services. Individuals who speak on these broadcasts express their own opinions, experiences, and conclusions. GoPro Radio Networks and its affiliates do not necessarily endorse or oppose any particular opinion or conclusion discussed in these broadcasts. You may not edit or modify or redistribute these broadcasts in any way without the express permission from GoPro Radio, LLC. GoPro Radio assumes no liability for any of your activities in connection with our broadcast or for your use of these broadcasts in connection with your website, computer, smartphone, tablet, iPad, or future listening devices. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Okay, so we are back and we are here on this relaunch of the Pleasure Palace. We think 3 times is a charm. Like, we had a couple of false starts. I just love how our station manager said we had a kook, we had a clown. Oh my God. He said, and we had the clinician. But now we have somebody just what do you call that? Somebody who's audacious and a real person. And that's our approach to this, that we want to have a real person to have real conversation. And we think that's going to be really, really, really good. Hey, Mr. Sexual Chocolate said Lynn is sexy AF. Okay, all right. Okay, that's good. All right. You got one fan, I guess.
I could see.
And I see you probably know Mr. Sexual Chocolate.
I hope they make themselves known. I invited a few people. I don't know who that is yet.
Exactly.
But
Thank you for the compliment. All right.
Thank you.
Let's see. Okay, so my next question is, have you faced any challenges or, let's say, surprising reactions when discussing topics like sex and relationships? Have you ever had that experience? Where somebody was surprised or they had a surprising reaction when when you had a conversation about it?
I would say more or less like certain individuals that didn't even think I could speak on sex or relationships.
And what was their reaction? What was that like? And how did you deal with it? How did you deal with their reaction of being like surprised or shocked? Did you tell? In fact, when you told people, say, I'm doing a show, it's about sex and relationships, Pleasure Palace. What has been like the response?
Okay, so I definitely did a promotion of it and everything like that. Some people have said, "Oh, I definitely won't be joining." Others
really?
have said, "Yeah," because I feel like those are the people that are like, no offense to them, but they're not comfortable enough to get out of their own zone. Because the old saying is, "Goes on in the bed, what goes on in the room stays in the room." So they're more or less in that mind state, which I understand because that's how I used to be. But I'm more open. I'm older now, so it's like, why not tell a person exactly, what they like or what they possibly could like if you already experienced it. It's like, All right, if somebody's telling you like, oh yeah,
You
but
know
they
what?
didn't do it right,
I think
and
that's
you
what's
just be
part of.
like, yeah.
I'm not meaning to cut you off, but I think that's part of the problem. I think and just in broader society that people have this about sex. You know, it's like like just even to, and everybody does. We're here because our parents had sex. That thought grosses people out. My mother, father had sex. Yeah, and I'm just curious sometimes, like where these ideas and these concepts come from. And I think when you have a sexually repressed society, right, and I think that's why you have all of these zealots and, I think religious kind of like figures or so quasi-religious people who associate and connect a lot of guilt and shame and other horrible, I would say not positive feelings towards just a natural function. Like we have to have sex in order to procreate, right? We have to have sex to, keep humanity going, so to speak. But it's all this, and I think that's what produces all the serial killers and all the weird, deviant kind of craziness that we see. The church, you see more deviant stuff in churches and what do you call that? Like the Vatican. What's the thing with the boys and stuff like that? Because we have, I believe, a very sexually repressed society. I know when I'm having conversations with people about sex and they get just like that, they don't want to talk about it. It's like it's uncomfortable. It's like you want to get to know me. I was like, yeah, I want to know. I think on first dates, people should have like a really, I don't know how other people feel, a rigorous sexual conversation, because that's what it's going to boil down to. You have all the talk. I want you to get to know me. Then you get to know them, and then the sex is bad, which I think is going to be a topic I'm sure you're going to cover. Like, how much does sex play in a relationship? Like, can people be in love or be in a relationship with somebody and the sex is like horrible, or non-existent? And I guess those things do happen. I don't. Oh, Sonny. Sonny can't wait to chime in. Look, his blood coming outside his mouth. Look like blood's coming out his side.
Got that right. You got it right. I got a whole floor full of blood.
I want to talk about that one. Yeah. So what's your take on it, Sonny?
Well, I want to know, Lynn.
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
What color panties are you wearing?
Honestly, probably might not have none on, but
Oh, you don't know,
I knew it.
You don't know if you have panties on or not?
I don't think so, but I might not. It all depends.
Why don't you look while we wait?
I was waiting for his question.
I was waiting for that too.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's gonna be sexy, then make it sexy. Y'all just having conversation. Well, I want to hear something sexy.
Well, the most powerful sex organ is your mind, right? So sex happens more in the brain, more than what people think. There's people, who put emphasis on the physical thing, and it's important. I'm not, and see that, and I don't want to come off like I'm the Putin. Sex is all than my mind. No, I'm all into other stuff, but I think everything is all about balance. Would you agree with me, Lynn, that things are about balance in sexual relationships? And finding that balance, because balance, I just want to say too, balance is different for different people, right? Is that fair?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay, all right.
Well, I don't know about all of y'all balances, but I want to hear something that's going to get me horny.
See, he old. He one of them old. He's one of them older cats. That's like, yeah, I just want to, so no foreplay. All right, so in your view, how can open conversations about sex and relationships help listeners in their own lives?
Honestly, it would help them be able to reach that peak and feel comfortable enough to speak to their partner and, let them know what they like, let them know what they don't like, especially with this specific show, honestly, because it's called The Pleasure Palace. So it's all about pleasure and what pleases you. So yeah, you created a perfect space, honestly, and I appreciate you. So yeah.
Oh boy, I think we have another Sonny type with this Mr. Sexual Chocolate person. He said, "I've reached my peak already."
Yo.
I think Mr. Sexual Chocolate is Sonny. Sonny and I put up another account. Hey, Sonny, you Mr. Sexual Chocolate. He said, I reached my peak already.
I'm still waiting for her to tell me what color panties she got on.
All right.
All right, I got another question.
Okay.
Since you don't want to tell us about your panties, are you bald or are you hairy?
I don't know. I mean,
Oh boy,
I don't know.
you cannot be starting out like this. Yeah. Oh man, you got me. I'm missing the news to listen to the program, and you're not telling me keep me enticed.
Oh my God, the news about somebody got shot, somebody
Yeah, that's
the
all.
president, somebody's running for office, there's a fire, and what else is on the news in sports? She said she's gonna come right back. But yeah, I think when you talk about like all the stuff that happens like on the news, that's like it's the same thing. Like especially for the last month or so, I'm like tired. I'm burnt out from the election or I should say the selection. When we
Well,
don't
they
have
got
anybody.
something new on the news. There's
Yeah,
something new.
What?
They are burning the ballots that are in the ballot box outside. In certain states, they put ballots in a box, like a mailbox, and it's outside. And somebody set 2 or 3 of them on fire.
Yeah, they probably did us a service. It doesn't matter. It's all theater. Ooh, did you see they burning? Ooh, yeah, I can't wait till after election day because I just know that's when it's gonna get really hot and stink. Everybody's gonna be all in their feelings. And the people who run the government, I mean, aren't the president. It's the people behind the president. It's just I don't know. And that's what I ain't having a show. By the way, Sonny, you can catch his show, Lynn. You can catch his show on every Thursday. His show is from 10 to midnight and beyond, and it's called I Ain't Having It because Sonny ain't having it. So his show will be on this coming Thursday, and it's gonna be Halloween. So I don't know, Sonny. It's gonna be some tricks or treats on your show.
I'm trying to get a treat right now by getting some answers from Lynn, but Juicy Lynn, but she don't want to answer no questions. I don't understand.
She's gonna answer them, I'm sure. What advice would you give listeners, Lynn? Okay. She just texted me. Okay, when she comes back, she has to take a quick second break because I know where she's at and she's doing some things. Persistence beats resistance. Remember, I said that. But my next question for her is: I want her to give advice to listeners, people who might be struggling with communications. People who don't know how to approach or talk to people or deal with people about the conversation with sex. I know some people, they have, like, for example, the Sunny approach. Let me just go in with, let me bombard, let me shock and awe, right? Like, which I guess for some people it works. I don't know. Where's your panties? How often do you come when you have sex? When the last time you played with yourself? You like it in the butt? You like the cream? Like the skeet? Do you skirt?
If we are adults, we should be able to get to the real point. Be straight and be direct with people. We shouldn't have to, so to speak, beat around the bush. Even though beating around the bush sometimes is a lot of fun.
Yeah. But do you know, like, sometimes when you get to it, then it's over. It's just like said, like you read. It's like it's almost like if you smash and pass. It's like, yeah, it's over. It's like, yeah, okay. Let me go do something else. I mean, sometimes, people have to, what do you call that? Graduate into it or whatever, grow into it. You got different strokes for different folks. I'm not saying, I'm not judging,
Yeah, but that's
one approach or
old
another.
people. That's old people.
No, it's not. No. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that young people nowadays is like, hey, you want to smash? Come on, let's go smash right now. What's your name? Okay, and that's it. And then they keep it moving.
What young people are you talking about? We have a very conservative population now. Young people, we have less.
Where are you? What planet are you on?
No, this is planet Earth. Just check out the statistics and the data on the people who are having sex and who's having babies and abortion. Even the rate, all those things are triggering down. They're not going upward. They're actually going down. You have a very conservative group of people, young people now. And their approaches, they're not like the hippie generation of free love and free sex. And I think part of that has come out of, the COVID, AIDS, and all this other kind of stuff. So you have a lot of people who are, especially people in the Black community, are now clinging a lot closer to their more conservative values. And that's why I even want to do the show, because there's very few shows that really cater to Black audiences. It's true.
That's
but it's a fact. You told me it wasn't a fact. This is all factual. That the people like meeting people and smashing, and if they are smashing, they're using protection, which is something that was really, and sex is very different for people. Some people have, what do you call that? Where they just, they're playing with each other, so it's very different and it's having fun. Are you back? Because I wanted to add.
Yes, I am back.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I was reading the comment.
Okay.
You see the comment?
Yeah. Yeah, somebody wrote you a comment. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, it was. I think it was for Sunny. I'm not too sure.
Okay. So in your view, let's say like for Sonny, you say, yeah, straight line. I want to just get to it. What how do you plan to deal with people who are like I said, just they look at sex and they think of sex as how much are you squirting? Yeah, how many times are you coming? You like it in the ass? That kind of, people that have that rapid fire, like, how do you deal with that? Because I know you deal with that just being around people. People always wanted, like, you've had guys, people walk up to you and just ask you stuff that was like, how do you deal with that? How do you handle that? Being Juicy Lynn.
Honestly, they definitely come up to, like, I've had people text me and like, oh, what's so juicy about you? And I just definitely be like, it's my personality. If I'm willing to let you know more, that's because I'm interested. But anything else, you'll see my personality is it. Being that I'm a Cancer is it. And I don't know. I just laugh it off. I laugh it off because once a person feels comfortable enough to express themselves to me, I know I reached that peak with them already. So I'm in your mind mentally, like, you're gonna dream about me tonight, for real, for real. So once you dream, I don't have to talk anymore. I done said enough. So yeah, I don't have to, basically. If I made sense to you.
Corny. You mean to tell me, Juicy Lynn, that if you met a guy and your snatch started getting hot and you said, oh man, this guy's turning me on. You mean to tell me you wouldn't jump on that guy?
I don't know. Well, basically, being that I am introducing myself, I am a full-time lesbian. So it's more or less girl.
Okay, all right. So take guy out of it and take girl. I've dealt with a lot of lesbians, and lesbians, they don't play games. They go straight to the point.
Yeah, no, my ex-girlfriend, because right now I'm on my healing journey, but my ex-girlfriend, I used to, yeah, most definitely. She knew. She definitely know. So yeah. I get straight to it. I get straight to the point. I'm blunt, but it all depends on who the person is. But for you, Sonny, I feel like I'm already in your mind, so I don't have to talk too much. But yeah, I've done that to many people. Like, I've had a guy try to talk to me like 2 days ago, and I told him I'm a lesbian, and he was on some, oh, I just love your voice. And then next thing you know, now he dreamed about me 3 days later. So straight consecutively 3 days later. So,
Well, I don't want to burst your bubble.
Mr. Sexual Chocolate says, I'm dreaming about you now. How are you dreaming and you're up on the show? You daydreaming about her.
But no, Sonny, I definitely like the fact that you're blunt. I definitely will join your show on Thursday. I definitely like the fact that you're blunt.
Do you know how many girls I have dated that claim that they were gay, but they were actually bisexual?
Oh no, that's them. I definitely had my experience with the men's species, and I'm done. No offense to the men's species, but I have a daughter, and my daughter, with the person I decided to have a child with, he definitely gave me all the reasoning to turn over. And when I did turn over, I was in a relationship for 2 years. Yeah, I was in a relationship for 2 years and some change, and now I'm on my healing journey. We're not together anymore. We do still communicate, but yeah. So
what is this heal? I hear a lot of people say healing journey. What is that? And by the way, Moose wants to know, Sonny, what color are your panties?
Oh.
Well, actually, I'm not wearing panties. I'm wearing a strap, a jock strap. So, just to keep everything in place.
Say the question again, Mr. Washington.
Yeah, it was just really.
What's the healing journey?
Yeah, I hear people say that. Like, what's that all about?
Okay, so my definition of my healing journey is being with someone for so long that you love, and you actually, because I feel like I've never really liked guys. So when I went with her, it was more or less her helping me understand me. And I've already understood myself, but that's being comfortable in my own skin. So after we were done, it was just like, all right, now that she's gone, but she's still around, and she still cares, it's like I just have to learn to love me better so I could be able to be alone and be able to still live my luxurious life. Like just keep moving and keep moving forward. And yeah, along my healing journey it's tough, it's roads, it's blockages, but it's
Yeah, I feel like as just black people, period. And this is just for everybody. People are going to
yeah,
watch this in an icon. I think our lives are this healing journey. I think that there is just
right.
such a legacy of oppression in our world and society, so much mis and disinformation, and that's why I like communication. That's why I have a network, GoPro Radio. I like to bring voices that people don't or aren't used to hearing. I actually believe in my core that more voices make society better, not less. And I really hate censorship like that. Like it really sticks around when people say, "Don't say this, don't say that, don't listen to this person, don't listen to that person." I definitely believe that when we hear from more people, we have better understanding, even if we don't agree. Even if, when I say I understand, a lot of times when I'm talking to people, they think I'm saying I agree. I say I don't necessarily agree with you, but I understand you. And I think that's the space where most of us need to really be, especially. And I think one of the toughest conversations is in and around sex, sexuality, all these, inhibitions and stuff. What's this? Okay.
Both of you gotta
Oh, I
stop.
think I know who
Yep.
Sexual Chocolate is now, just based on that comment. He wearing Pampers.
Both of y'all have to stop. If y'all saw somebody that was hot, y'all would start to feel something, okay? And I don't care about the healing journey. I don't care about if you being conservative, Talon. The thing is,
No,
when you
I'm
see
not. That's
somebody,
the whole thing I say. But I'm saying society, because you had made a comment that young people, they meet people and they like Smash Mountain, right? Like the person, I always want to clap them cheeks,
yeah,
right? And I'm not saying that don't happen, but I'm just saying that's trending downward. That's not really where a lot of young people are actually exercising a lot more responsibility than in previous generations. And it's just a lot of data and statistics that will support that. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying that what you said is not true. When I'm saying that is not happening as often, and it's not happening for a reason. I think that people are more cautious. People understand more about responsibility. Men in particular, are afraid of catching a child support case. Men are thinking about AIDS or other diseases out there, because there's other things that are out there. And women are the same way. Women don't want to have diseases, and women want to. I think there's a lot of emotional connection to sex where, like, for men it's different, which I know that we're going to talk about and on the show, the differences between men and women and how they view sex and sexuality. So our approach and how we've been socialized to a great extent has always been like to be the hunter, that this is what we want. It's simple and like that. But I think with women it's more layered. I believe it's more layered, and there's a lot of also information that would support that, and we can delve into that in a conversation. I just think that there are different approaches, and people have different approaches. But I am far
I
from
would agree with that.
conservative.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yes,
But
definitely.
I wanted to tell Juicy Lynn about my story and how I dealt with, maybe at least 10 supposed to be lesbians, okay?
Wow, they're fake.
10, okay? And one of them took me to the club. I think the name of the club was, you can correct me, Taiwan, was called the Cheetah. I
Yeah,
think it was
cheaters.
called the
Yeah,
Cheetah.
yeah, cheaters.
And it was lesbian night. And I saw some girls shake some stuff that I never seen them shake before. And then I
Mm,
saw some girls, how do you say, move up on some girls like guys never moved up on girls before, up
mm-hmm.
against the wall and all kinds. They were very bodacious, is the word I want to use, and straight to the point. Hey, baby, I like you. Come here. Let me touch a little bit of that. Let me feel. I could make you do this, and I can make you do that, and all that kind of other stuff. And that's why
Ah,
I'm just saying Even you remember my friend I used to bring to your place, Talon? Don't mention her name,
Oh,
but
I
you
know who
remember
you're
my
talking
friend?
about. Mhm. It has
Yeah.
something to do with a car. How fast a car might go. Yeah, I
Yeah, yeah.
remember her. Yeah, I remember her. How she used to come
Yeah,
by
yeah,
there.
she was gay, but we hung out all the time.
Hmm.
And she
Mm.
invited me to threesomes, foursomes.
Oh no, she's
Oh
crazy.
yes, I'm telling you. And it was like,
Sonny, I keep telling you, she wanted you to be the meat in between her sandwiches. But,
Yeah.
well, that's what Tony, remember Tony, Big Tony?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he told me about her.
But
But
son,
she
you know what I
never,
found odd too is that you had a lot of lesbian friends. I didn't have one. What now? You get all these. I don't know what that says. I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to Courtney about it because Courtney had me just busting out. She said the voices in Sonny's heads are crying
I
because he
definitely
wants
think
Lynn to
that.
want him. she just. Oh my goodness. We got a fun group of people here, folks. By the way, like, share the content. Let everybody know that this is for a mature audience. Though we want to make sure that we get that out, and we're going to be on another platform soon. We're going to be using StreamYard. StreamYard is just going to allow us to broadcast on Facebook and on YouTube at the same time. So we won't probably have access to the whole group. People might, you know how on Zoom you could just go to GoPro Radio and clock in. So we got to really figure that part out. But we're going to be moving on that relatively soon. So, and we wow, we're close to it, but I think we can go a little bit over since we had a late start. If that's all right with you, Len.
oh yeah, that sounds good. I like
All right.
Yeah,
that.
So
I'm
how
definitely that
how
conversation
now?
got spicy already.
Yeah. So how do you feel the role of social media is shaping like modern views on sex and intimacy? Like you see all the what comes to mind is that pop the balloon in terms of relationships. People are
I
like,
definitely got invited to one recently and I declined.
right now, why
But
did you decline?
because I don't know if it's no females there, I don't want to join. And the type of female I'm interested in is like they're not there. I don't want them. I don't want them. I'm not wasting my time.
Well, I
Um,
think it's weird. I don't know that people like will go somewhere and kind of like on video, kind of put themselves out there. It's like a certain level of, I don't know, desperation.
right. And
Did
then
you did you see
honestly,
that?
half of these, yes, I do. And half of these people are in relationships too.
Mm-hmm.
So there, I don't know. I don't know if those are open relationships, but if it is, kudos to them. That's what they like, and it's no judgment. But if you are in a relationship and you're joining a pop the balloon or one of those, I don't really see the purpose in it unless you want to bring the spice to your life or let your partner know what your other interests are or what they're lacking in your relationship that you have going on.
But just in general, I mean, that's just one show. But just in general, do you think social media is a good thing, a bad thing? Well, what about the apps? Like where you can swipe left and right. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Or should people be still meeting people in traditional places?
Um, I don't really do. I like to know who a person is in person. I like to see because you never know if that person is real or fake. So no, I'm not really into Tinder, anything like that. But Facebook, I don't know if you've seen them, but I know most likely you did. They have the links where the girls and the guys is crazy on it.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, no, the girl, it's like OnlyFans. They have the OnlyFans on the
Ooh.
links. Like you
Oh,
check in the
really?
comments and the girls is wilding. They
What?
yeah, they
I gotta
wilding.
check that out. Oh, and where's that at? Let me go
On
write this down.
Facebook, they mainly have it on Facebook, but it's from Twitter, like it's from Twitter and it's from OnlyFans. Like they do that. But on Facebook, they mainly share it and they be like, all right, so this is what I like. I wish my man would do this to me. I wish my girlfriend would do this to me.
What?
Clearly, they're seeing their interest and they're making it public. So whatever they're lacking in that
I got it.
relationship,
So where's that at? Hold on. Let me get my pen. Hold on. Where's my pen?
It's all over.
Facebook,
It is all
it
over.
is
No,
really though. It
no.
is.
But is it? I thought you said it was a specific place on Facebook.
It's Facebook. If you go on, I'm gonna send you because I definitely reposted something. There was some lesbian stuff. That girl was
Okay.
doing crazy stuff. But yeah, that's why I said my basically my repost, my caption was this is exactly why I'm celibate because only one person could do it right. But yeah, that one.
Yeah, I used to hear that all the time.
Yeah, I
Mm.
know. I feel like you're a professional at it, Sonny.
Stop.
Like that. All right, so I guess the fascination with the balloon thing, which I just feel is like kind of odd. You know, it's like one of those. I'm like, why are people? To me, I think it's more of a show. But anyway, I digress. There'll probably be a whole show you'll probably do in and around that stuff like that. I definitely believe in like I think the only thing that I think is actually good is what do you call those dating apps? I think it's efficient. I just think it's a better way to meet people who are at least saying that they're single. Whether or not they actually are single, like a lot of people are in transition, they need to have an app called Transitions. Like I'm really got one foot somewhere else. That's probably the state of most people. People aren't really like single. I mean, very they say they are, but at least you're in a place where people are intentionally in the marketplace for a particular something, and then
Those are people that are searching though. They're
right,
searching.
That's what I think is good. I mean, if you go, let's say you go to the supermarket, you see a girl, you don't really, because you say she might be, so her husband could be at the car or something. Like that. You don't know if she's single, and that's like one of the biggest barriers, right? One of the first things to know, at least, is this person in a position or ready to, I guess, get into a new relationship. And those are people who put up on their social media that they're available, and I think that is very efficient. And I think that that's probably one of the most underrated efficiency tools for human beings to kind of connect. And I know a lot of people try to act like, I'm beneath that's beneath me to swipe right. I want to meet people, and I think they're full of shit. But I think if you have a cluster of people and you're swiping right, and you get from that a certain percentage of women that reach back out to you, it just increases your odds of of finding a relation, that kind of relationship that app presents itself to be for. Whether it's people who are
I don't know
Christian, because they have Christian dating sites. They have people who I want to be with a Christian, so they got Christian.
They corny. Those Christian daters are corny, and straight women are corny. The best women are gay women, because they get right to the point. Right, Juicy?
Yup.
They don't waste no time.
Mm-hmm.
If they like you, they like you. If they don't like you, they don't like you. And that's all there is to it. There's no pretending. It's not, let's go out to dinner. Let's have coffee. It's like, I'm not feeling you. Keep it moving. Get out of here. Yeah, straight to the point. And I can deal with that better than that playing that game. Well, you got to take me out to dinner, and maybe if you take me to an expensive place, and it can't be Chuck E. Cheese. Right.
I just want to tell our listeners, get to know the person, because the person you sleep with could be in your life for the rest of your life.
For real,
you might not want. Don't be rushing to take your time, get it right. We can do it, baby. Do it to. I definitely believe in taking your time, because when they say fools rush in, take your time, pace yourself. You run too fast, you trip and fall. But some people, they rush in and they get what they get.
Well, guess what? But what about if you have a feeling? What happens if you have this an inclination, or you have some kind of butterflies in your stomach when
it's probably just hormones. It's probably just that, and you got to get over that. You got to mature past the what do you call that? Infatuation.
Fascination.
Yeah, infatuation, and what's that when you just get that newness, the boyfriend girlfriend stage, and then you got to get to who this person really is. And me, as a young guy, I used to always like rushing. Yeah, I get it. And I'm telling you, trust me, it's not the way to go. Take your time. Get to know a person a little bit. When I say get to know, I mean take your time, pace yourself, because people are always changing. Don't feel like, this is it. People change, and that's the whole thing that I think a lot of people aren't used to, and that's the information we don't get. We think that when we meet this person on this day that we met them, they'll always be like that. People are always, like I said, fluid. People move. People get new information. People feel different, and people are entitled to feel different. And this is not what we're prepared for.
I would agree with you. And a lot of straight girls play that game. But when you deal with a so-called lesbian, and I'm saying so-called because at any time they want to switch up, they will switch up. They will let you know what the deal is. They'll tell you, well, look, I've been dealing with a girl for a very long time, and I think I'm ready to try a man, but it has to be a real man. It has to be somebody that I can trust, and not somebody that's going to try to use me or abuse me or try to control me and blah, blah, blah. But when they like somebody, they let them know that they like them. I'm telling you. And to me, I would say big kudos to all the lesbian girls out there
Well, I
because
would say,
they put it out there, right out there.
well, I would say that that's true about all women. Like I think you have women that are straight. No, people. I don't because I don't want to make this gender specific, right? You have straight shooters, and then you have people who can't shoot straight, right? They want to go beat around the bush, blah 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 blah. But I believe that everybody has a pace, right? And I think people should pace themselves in relationships. You absolutely will trip and fall if you run too fast. You have to have a good pace going. You have to be clear, and then you have to be almost an expert in what people aren't saying. There's things that people say. It's like, look over here. It's like a distraction. You know, like in the Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtain. You know, the big voice and the thunder. Everybody's distracted and but it was an old guy behind the curtain. So it's like, you know, you have to look beyond. I think the noise that sometimes people present because they're trying to protect themselves. A lot of people have been hurt, you know, and damaged in different kinds of ways. And sometimes you have to, you know, like sometimes see that, peel away from that, and pick and choose your poison. Because I think, like once again, I think we just live in a society that has made everybody sexually repressive and sexually, I think, not well. And I think a lot of people aren't having well and healthy sexual relationships because a lot of people are in pain. A lot of people are in pain because they heard a lot of information that wasn't really healthy, good, or helpful in terms of, you know, expectations of other human beings. But you know,
Agree with you.
Huh?
No, I said I would agree with you.
Thank
But
you.
I just wanted to add that
Mhm.
lesbians seem to have a heightened sense of who that other person is. And straight females don't seem to have that. It's probably not developed as much as it is. It's not developed in a straight female as much as it is in a lesbian female, because a lesbian female is dealing with another female, so they both exchanging all kind of heightened feelings. And they say, what is it they used to say? A woman knows what a woman wants. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. That's from an expert of dealing with over 30 lesbians in his life.
Oh, stop it.
That's it.
But I can
All right.
honestly
So,
say I had more fun with these girls claiming to be lesbians that and we got into a relationship than I did with straight girls. Straight girls are phony balonies.
mm,
Some of them, not all of them, but some of them. And they got issues. They got daddy issues. They got mommy issues. They got confidence issues. But those lesbians, boy, they step out there, boy. They know what they're doing.
you riding that train all the way, the lesbian train. You taking the L. All right. So he taking the L train. And Linnasia got you. I want to thank you, Lynn, because I know it was extremely difficult. I know all the challenges you had to be here, but it was well worth it. I thought you did a really great job for the first one. You survived Sonny, so you know how they say surviving R. Kelly? Yeah, you survived Sonny. So that's real good. You get the applause. So folks who are listening to us on Facebook, tune in, tell a friend, join in on the conversation. And we want to hear from you too. We want to hear what are some of the topics, some of the juicy topics you want Juicy Lynn to kind of cover. And you could do that by writing to info as like an information at goproradio.com. Info at goproradio.com, because we want to hear from you. This show, this network is going to be fueled by you, the people, our listeners. We don't want to go, listen to the so-called algorithm that's manipulating things all the time. We want to hear from real people. Lynn is a real person. She's open. She's honest. You're going to get the real from her. You're going to get the real from all of us here. And hopefully, Sonny, will you come back? We just love your little spontaneous stuff that come in,
You're
man.
funny. You're
funny.
funny.
That helps move it on. And
Well, Lynn should have never exposed her personal sexual preference because
It's
I'm all
okay.
up. Okay, I'm all up in there. Okay,
That's what we here for, though.
all right, I hear you. I like that. Keep going. Don't stop now.
Yeah. So, but we want to tell you guys really thank you and thank you for your patience overall with the Pleasure Palace. We know that we've taken some breaks but we wanted to get it right, and I believe we got it right now with Juicy Lynn. Thank you, Juicy Lynn, for taking on this huge, tremendous responsibility. You're filling in some really, really good shoes, but like I said, the temperature is just right, and sometimes. Like they say, 3 times a charm. That's gonna make the big difference, not only for the Pleasure Palace, but for the whole network. All right. So, folks, don't forget to tune in. Give us info at GoProRadio.com. Tomorrow is the Colored Only Cafe, where the conversation is always hot, black, and strong. I'm also there again. I'm all diddy up on the network. I'm on almost every other show. I can't wait for other people to come in and fill in so I can have my life back. So, folks, if you want to do a show, or if you feel like you could do a show better than me, please step up to the plate so I can fall back and do other things and shoot more movies. And
That sounds like a challenge, Tyrone.
yeah, it sure is. It's a challenge that I'm putting out there in the universe. And also, if you have show ideas and concepts, just like the commercial says, if you have something interesting to say, if you have a good service and you want to promote on the GoPro Radio, and also if you want to make a donation, we have a place where you can do that too. If you like Juicy Lynn and you want to send her a couple of bucks, $1, say, hey, we want you to keep on doing what you're doing, it means a lot for her. And it means a lot to us. You can do that by sending money. Everybody has Cash App. It's that green little square on your phone. You hit it and you put $ GoPro Radio. That's it. $ GoPro Radio. There's nothing that you can contribute that's too big or too small. We definitely appreciate it. We'll definitely put it into the production and production value of the network. And you can be a part of history. Say, hey, I used to give to that station and stuff like that. And remember, we are advocates on free speech. What you said, Linda? I'm sorry. Did I cut you?
No, I just realized. No, you didn't cut me off. I just realized that Moose had put in a comment and said I sent my IG to him. I didn't mean to. Well, I meant to send it to everybody. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Send it to everybody. We'll get it. Oh yeah. Where can people reach you? Give out your IG to the people, and other ways that they can contact you. And definitely, folks, we're going to grow this. And you guys were here for the historic. This was the maiden voyage. Maiden voyage, right? This is our first one with Juicy Lynn. So this is history.
Did you see what Moose wrote? He thought he was.
I ain't even see. Oh, my bad. Everybody's special in their own way, but yeah, everybody could follow me on IG or all platforms. Juicy Lynn, exactly how it's spelled, JUICYLINN, 2 N's. I put 3 N's in a box, but you just do 2 N's, and yeah, you'll be able to follow me. And if y'all want to definitely DM GoPro Radio. Definitely send those messages out to Mr. Washington on his main platform, and let us know what you want us to talk about. And we're definitely here for it. So yeah,
we want you to talk about everything. We want you to talk about everything. Don't leave nothing out.
Exactly. I let the tea in the scoop. You got to make sure the sugar in the cup too, right?
I love it. Thank you so much, Lynn Asia. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you so much, Moose. The Moose is loose. I want to thank Courtney for being here. Oh my goodness, she is hilarious. You got to get on camera and say something. I want to thank Kathleen. Thanks, Kathleen. Kathleen Blanco is here. Of course, Jamil, thank you for being here. Super Black Man. And I think I know who Mr. Sexual Chocolate is with the pamper joke. You gave yourself away. So, so Mr. Sexual Chocolate, everybody who joined on the Zoom. Oh, also, we have people on Facebook. I don't want to forget you guys and leave you guys out. Thank you for listening in. Don't forget to like, share the content. And we will see you next week, the same time at 10 o'clock. And we went a little bit over because we had a little late start. But typically we'll be from here from 10 to 11, and we're here for you. All right. See you guys hopefully tomorrow on the Colored Only Cafe, and see some of you guys at least on Thursday for Sunday show. I ain't having it because you see he's a hoot.
Most definitely. He got it.
All right. Peace.
Just like